Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Harness the Power of OfficeRnD Visitor Hub webinar. I'm Miroslav, and today we're going to talk about visitor experience. We've built so many incredible new features in this product, so very keen to go through these with my colleague here. So, quick introductions. I'm Miro, CEO, co-founder of OfficeRnD, ex-engineer. And I started the company with another friend, also called Miro, about 10 years ago in 2015. We also have Momchu here, one of our most senior product managers who is working on the Visitor Hub. Momchu, can you introduce yourself quickly?
Yeah, thanks, Miro. Glad to be here with all of you today. I'm Momchu, and I've been the father of the Visitor Hub, to put it this way. I've been part of multiple products within Office R&D now for 4 years, different transitions, and I'm very keen on really building customer-led products, like incorporating feedback and then following the adoption and the satisfaction like crazy.
That's a good intro. Very well. So before we begin, a couple of notes. We certainly are recording the webinar, so you'll be able to watch it later on demand as well. And also, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the Q&A section. I'm gonna follow it, and then I'm gonna ask Momchu, who is the expert here. So I'll be the host. Please, throw any questions you may have about visitor experience, deliveries, and all the good stuff that we'll be talking about in the next probably an hour. So, very briefly, who we are. OfficeRnD, again, we started about 10 years ago with the main mission to make flexible working the way of working. That literally is been the case since we incorporated the company, and so far, um, with a strong team of 130 people split between many offices around the world. And we power more than 3,000 co-working locations at the moment. We have an active community of more than 500,000 members. We raised some funding throughout the years. The last round was done at the end of 23 with Blue Star Innovation Partners based in Frisco, Texas. And we have many other good investors on our side, and always been truly global, with including our team as well as our customer base. We have customers in so many countries. And what we've been building is a next gen platform for flexible working. So we have two main solutions serving two distinct customer bases. So one is the OfficeRnD Flex, which is entirely focusing on the co-working flex space communities. So that's serviced offices, business centers, more traditional co-working spaces, and all the different flavors of these. And then we have also the OfficeRnD Workplace, which is, we used to call this hybrid. We renamed it recently because that actually incorporates better what it does and the platform itself. That's focusing more on the corporate front and helping corporate customers manage flexible workplaces in their own office environments. We're building this as a more holistic platform with with distinct products and hubs that are part of these platforms. So Visitor Hub being one of them, actually, that's for us a separate product that works very well with both core solutions, Flex and Hybrid, but we treat it as a separate platform. And this is part of our vision. We're trying to build a modular platform where you can easily pick and choose which product of the platform you need, you want to use, or integrate others. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to use something else for visitor management, that's totally up to you, and it can still be very well connected with the rest of the platform. And same with the rest of the products we are offering on both fronts. And of course, there is the two more horizontal layers here, which is what we call the integrations hub and the data hub. So these are going across across these products and helping with connecting the dots on the data and analytics front, as well as building all those integrations that you need to run the businesses. So today we're going to zoom into the Visitor Hub. Soon, by the way, we'll talk about Growth Hub as well, which is another completely new product we've been working on for now more than a year and a half. So it's super exciting what's happening on that front, but we're not gonna talk about it now. Let's focus on the visitor experience. So Momchi, tell us what actually is OfficeRnD Visitor Hub.
Yeah, it's end-to-end solution which allows you to easily manage your visitors and deliveries. But moreover, it's super easy to set up, onboard. We've done a tons of tests and customer interviews to make sure that actually it's very, very easy. Also, we went to extreme levels of customization, which even I think are not available across the other parts of the platforms yet, to make sure that we cover all of your use cases. And overall, it's as a standalone product, as Miro mentioned, and can be used both within the Flex or the Workplace one.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting perspective, and that extreme flexibility is something key because literally every single co-working space out there is different. So that diversity is is important, and we need it to make also the visitor experience that flexible, so that we can cover all those use cases. And by the way, on that front, it's just to clarify again why we're doing these multiple products thing. It's really the focus so that we can actually focus on the visitor experience and build something that's extremely good, and not just a tiny feature part of a really large platform, which is um, the case that we used to be doing with the old reception app, which was a tiny thing that wasn't really solving the important problems, and that's why we decided that it's so much better to build it as a real product. Good. So Visitor Hub's been actually up and running now for 6 months. We have hundreds of customers adopting it across, I think, about 350, 400 locations already. So there is a good data insight. So Momchi, can you share a little bit of what we are seeing now from the real usage?
Yeah, what we've been seeing recently is a growing number of visitors per location, deliveries per location. Probably also it's aligned with the fact that our customers are growing, so logically also these numbers are growing up. Interestingly enough, on a daily basis, they're around like 5 visitors for on average. But some of our top customers welcome like 80 visitors per day. You
That's
can
crazy.
imagine, yeah, you can imagine what a volume is this and how big of a thing is to have a system which works properly and sends the right notifications on time to the right hosts. Otherwise, it will become super messy. When it comes to deliveries, we're also there seeing a growing number of deliveries. On average, they're like four per location. Daily, the top ones have like 15. But there's some extremes, like days where they might receive 100 deliveries. So again, here you can imagine like a receptionist being out there and trying to figure out what to do with all those deliveries. So really focused a lot recently on improving our story there. And when it comes to flows and fields, the visitor flows, the top ones are visitors, obviously, but also the tours, people who are coming and attending a meeting room, event attendees is a big thing as well as management of contractors, which has its specifics. When it comes to fields, pretty straightforward, but like the visitor phone number, company, as well as some custom asking people whether they want to opt in for a newsletter, how they hear about us, so really a bit focused around marketing and stuff. And for deliveries, what we're seeing so far, this has been a recent one, but very quickly growing in terms of adoption, is like the adding a fields around how many items are delivered, ones versus five, for example, the tracking number of delivery, and which is the delivery company.
Oh, interesting. Good, good. Interesting. Yeah, I can imagine if you're getting thousands of visitors and deliveries a year, it's not a bad idea to have a system and also track it properly so that you see changes and also do something with that information, which certainly can be a lot. Obviously, one of the areas where we overall as a society, I mean, deliveries is a huge part of the world now, and online shopping and whatnot is only going to increase. So I assume we'll see so much more deliveries happening in offices and in co-working spaces for that matter. So certainly that's an interesting area. So won't you tell us a little bit more about how Visitor Hub can simplify that process?
Yeah, here I just want to clarify that I'm talking from like customer examples and things that I learned from our customers, so to be very focused on actually guys your needs. What we introduced recently is the ability to really properly record all the deliveries. So we have a delivery walk, which seems like something fairly basic, but actually very powerful. As over there, you can see where delivery was logged, the recipient. You're able to log delivery if, for example, the delivery was dropped without the delivery man using the tablet. You can log it afterwards, which is also good, which would trigger again notifications. And something which became quickly the most used feature is the status. So you can change it to like from waiting pickup to picked up, so that you're aware that the recipient took over their delivery. Going further into this, you're now also able to capture photos of deliveries, which are sent via email notification to the recipients so that they can see what's in there. For example, is it one box or are there five boxes? If there are five boxes, probably they should bring a colleague to help them carry the boxes. And also making sure that actually you know how many boxes they were and nothing is lost afterwards, as this can become a huge mess, especially on those special days where you might end up with 90 deliveries, for example, per day or something like this. Crazy. And the other thing is that you're able to capture the also things like as I mentioned, the item count, the tracking number of delivery, the company, if signature is required, as well as like a general free comment field, as well as different delivery types, whether this is a package, fruit, or email. All of this now is available.
Nice, Maciek. Have you seen co-working spaces charging for delivery?
Oh, great question.
Like a
Uh,
delivery fee of some sort?
Yeah, that's an awesome question. I'm aware about the like your and you are as well about delivery. No, to be honest, there might be such. But the mails, as you know, and mail, we also recently one of our customers decided that they're moving away from their system that they're using for mailing purposes, and that they'll just create a custom flow within the visitor hub for mails,
Hmm.
which yeah has all the necessities in place to also cover this use case. And for this one, for sure, like virtual mail and all these things, as we know, there are plans and our customers charge for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise charging for receiving delivery. That'd be very annoying. But I mean, it sometimes it makes sense. Interesting. Yeah, I think mail management is probably a separate topic, but yeah. Okay, cool. Moving on. Um, yeah, the other probably really key element of reception is tours, and that's arguably one of the most important part of running a co-working space is doing tours and doing really good tours of the space and all that. So, Momchi, can you explain a little bit more how Visitor Hub helps on that front?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what we do here is that we make sure that we capture all the necessary information. First of all, you can create a dedicated button so that you can distinguish tours from all the other flows. And then within tours, you are able to really capture the right details for the tours. Obviously, for sure, you need phone, email, company name, most probably, and like whatever else details, you are able to collect them. And then the great thing is that we automatically notify the tour guide via email, push notification, and text message, so that we make sure that actually they come on time and pick up the person for the tour. So make a great first impression. And a next important step is that all those tours are collected and stored within the visitor log. But what we're currently working on is also the ability to sync tours to your CRM via Zapier. So it will be available for all the CRM systems like HubSpot, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, whatever you use, it will cover it. So to make sure that actually afterwards you're able to follow up with tours, create deals within your CRM systems, and make sure that they move on smoothly within the funnel.
Mhm. Yeah, it's very cool. Good. I can see we are having some questions, so might have a look there. Yeah. Yeah. So currently the visitor data does not synchronize with opportunities. It will be extremely available to do this. Darren, that's absolutely true. And yeah, I totally agree. I think this should come very soon as well. Momchi, I don't know if that's and how we currently see the flows. But by the way, this can also be done through Zapier, but that's another topic. I think overall the connection between uh, tour flows in Visitor Hub, tours in the main OfficeRnD platform, and opportunities is still not great, and it's an area that we need to dig deeper and connect better in the future.
Yeah, yeah. One of the reasons not to start immediately with sending these over to opportunities were some of the limitations within the opportunities module at the moment. But it's something definitely that we are keeping an eye on and should further discuss, like both with customers and internally, what are the best steps.
Yeah, Monchi, by the way, we already have some questions. Do we want to actually cover questions as we go, or should we keep those for these for the Q&A session in the end? Mhm.
Uh, might be better for the end, so to make sure that we go
Okay.
through all the use cases.
Okay.
Just to make sure that if we not answer like the question during the webinar, if there are too many of them, hope that there are too many of them, we'll follow up with you afterwards and we'll answer every single question.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to go through
Yeah.
because we have plenty of time and we are making good progress here. So, guys, please throw the questions in the Q&A section, and I'm gonna pick them all up in the end. We don't have too many slides, so we'll be on time. So tours. Okay, next is contractors. I mean, that's certainly another area where it's not super popular to to have often contractors showing up at the door, but it's not also um, unpopular. So Momchi, share a little bit more about that.
Yeah, yeah. This is especially even probably important for our Flex customers, but also for our Workspace customers. As at the end of the day, there might be different contractors on permanent contracts as well as vendors coming in to take care of something, renovation, uplift an office, take care of the air conditioners, all these things. So what you can do at the moment is again here the ability to have a separate button for contractors, and then you're able to ask them to sign NDAs and different documents, so to make sure that they comply with whatever is happening in the building, as well as to ask them where they're going, which work area, office number, and if they need any pass. All these things are possible so that the custom via custom fields you collect this data. Then you can automatically notify whether it's a facility manager or a relevant person from your team who can guide them to the place where they are supposed to go. So there is no need to keep the host. You can remove the host and just notify a specific person. And all these again are tracked and can be easily exported if you need them afterwards for some security or other purposes to know who was when in the building.
Nice. Okay, moving on. Yeah, probably the area where we see most visitors coming in for events. So certainly a key aspect of running a co-working space is also doing events for external guests. So tell us how this can help on that front.
Yeah, the first thing is around registration of people coming for event attendees. You're able to do this via booking port at the moment, but in the near future, will be able to do this via Zapier. So whatever source you might have, Eventbrite or other systems, you'll be able to automatically sync visitor attendees to event attendees to the visitor hub. Then again, there can be a separate button for events, which to be a fairly simple. Here, the idea is that there might be a queues happening, so you want to make sure that you remove all the necessary fields and keep it narrow. For example, including only one or two additional fields to be able to use it subsequently for marketing purposes. And also, event attendees are able to scan the QR code on the tablet so that they can avoid the queues if many people pop up at the same time. And from there on, you're again here able to export attendees, and you'll be able soon to send them to your CRM system again in some lists if you need them for subsequent communication.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, next stop is buying things directly on the tablet, like day passes or maybe something else. Can you elaborate on how does that work and what we can do on that front?
Yeah, here we went to a next level of customization. I'm not sure if any of our competitors out there offer such thing, but to allow you to add a custom button on the home screen, as we know that if it's about a quick purchase or other a quick shortcut that you might want, you want to put it there. So we're able to add up to two buttons, and how it works is pretty straightforward. When the users click on, for example, the day pass button that you see here on the screen, you're able to a QR code opens, they can scan it and continue securely the purchase on their own device. This is very important as there might be some credit card details setting in or whatever else personal information so that they can continue the flow on their own on their pace. And also it's a major step towards what Miro mentioned at the beginning, that we're working also on a Growth Hub now, so that to make sure that you have all the necessary channels to seamlessly offer your services, your website, the tablet in front, everywhere.
Yeah, that certainly is the simplest form of purchase flow, because yeah, I mean it's always easier to go and use your own device to finish the transaction. So this buy day pass will open up directly the checkout, for example, the checkout page for a day pass, or it can be something else, buy something else, and it opens directly the checkout page where you securely add your credit card information or other details that are required to buy the day pass. Obviously, there is a place, and this is an area where we will keep on digging and investing, is how to directly embed the e-commerce here. I mean, we all use things like Toast when you go to a restaurant and you purchase things directly on a tablet, but that requires a lot more infrastructure, which we will get there with Stripe Terminal and other things. but it's not that straightforward. It will certainly require a little more software and hardware in order to get to the place where buying a day pass is directly done on the tablet. That what's available at the moment is still a decent solution. It's not the most optimal from a UX point of view, but it's a good one, and we certainly will work towards the full proper solution. Although obviously it's not exactly the same case with, for example, purchasing something in a restaurant. The number of transactions that happen in a restaurant, the volume there is just so much bigger than a typical volume of how many people will buy a day pass directly on a tablet. But it's still a yeah a very decent and important functionality. Uh, Making progress. So, won't you tell us a little bit more about protecting and security? So, protecting people and property. So, what does that mean, and actually how Visitor Hub is helping on that front?
Yeah. What it means is that you know who is in the building, for what purpose, and you know all their details. So it's and they're not like people who might be passing by, people who are not who are randomly going around. So how we help you do this is that you're able to collect all this data first of all for you, collect the purpose of your visit, which is whether you're in for a, whether you're a contractor, visitor, coming for a meeting, whatsoever. Mm, And we also have the documents over there so that you are, have to accept them to continue your check-in, which can then be used to ask, yeah, yeah, can use subsequently if we if something happens.
Mm.
And a very, very important piece of this, which goes to the next level of security, is that we introduced recently patch printing. So that with a photo, so whenever there is someone external, some of our customers really like to have a badge and a photo so that they know all the people who are going around, who they're visiting, as well as what's the purpose of their visit, have the time of the visit where they entered. So all these steps are now available, which really brings the overall security to the next level, as well as obviously collaboration with the people who entered. When they have a badge, they're easily recognizable, and you know who are the visitors and can welcome them in a better manner.
That's very cool for events. If you
As well, yeah, potentially,
well,
absolutely.
yeah, put a picture and the name. Oh, that's super exciting and making progress. So we also have a little poll for you here. Let me actually see how I run the poll. Uh,
Uh,
Momshi, can you
yeah, it shouldn't be in more. Can you check in Zoom in like, or it's not there?
I think is in more poll quizzes. Yes, lounge. So if you all can have a
Yeah,
minute to answer a quick few questions for the visitor hub, that'd be awesome.
it's even a single question, so
It's
yeah.
actually one question, yeah, with many. We are getting answers. The results are interesting, by the way. It's kind of very well distributed.
Yeah, which
Like
probably
have
again,
the contractors and vendors, which is yeah, kind of expected. That's not very super popular.
yeah, which again comes to the moment why we saw for so many use cases, is there are many of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think we can give it another 40 seconds. Hmm. Yeah, it's such an even distribution. It's fascinating. Okay. And another 5 seconds. Okay. Thank you everyone for participating. Uh, it's yeah, it's an interesting outcome. Pretty even distribution across the board. We'll share that after the webinar. So let's move on to what's coming. So yeah, plenty of things for the near future on the Visitor Hub. So won't you tell us more what's what's in there?
Yeah, so we already into Q1, so we delivered many improvements around the delivery management and all the great things that I mentioned. There, of course, more to come that can in things that can be improved, but still we made a great progress. The other one that I mentioned already is the ability to like the Zapier integration, and there are two use cases there. First is the syncing visitors to visitors who checked in to your CRM. And the second one is around the ability to register visitors from Eventbrite, Google Sheets, whatsoever, to the Visitor Hub, so that subsequently you can welcome them in your space. So that's a thing. Another thing that is in progress, and we received a lot of requests, is the ability to customize the success screen. So the thing that visitors see is their final step of the journey on the tablet. So be able to customize this, adding a key info such as where they're supposed to go, adding even the meeting room that they should go, or just asking them to relax, take a coffee, whatsoever. All this can be added there. This, of course, doesn't fully replace the role of the community manager or receptionist, but still it's a great add-on to the entire experience. And from there on, we know how important, as I mentioned, is the extreme customizability. So I'll be working on the ability to customize the host notifications, both for deliveries and for visitors. So for example, for deliveries, whenever you receive a notification, you're already getting the photo, but you'll also be able to get like the number of items, the delivery number, whatsoever. All this can be added as custom properties. And same is valid for the visitor. So if you want to add the visitor type, whatever custom fields are filled and are important for the host, this will be can be delivered directly to him or her. Um, and yeah, and the I touched upon this. So yeah, meeting rooms will be available. So it's Dex workspace so that people know where they should go. And the other thing is the ability to display the host company. This was in highly requested so that you're able to easily distinguish the hosts so that they know so that the visitors can choose the right person, as often there are people with the same name, like many mirrors out there, and if there is no company, it's hard to distinguish them. So we're making this happen.
I love the last one with yeah, displaying the
Yeah, first of all, this will be displayed in the visitor log so that you know the person where you're supposed to come from admin perspective if you need this and you watch this. And also at the success screen, you'll be able to add go to meeting room X, floor, whatever. And yeah, this will be displayed to all the visitors so that they can find their way. If this is the way that it's done, of course, if you want to take them there, this is also an option still. Yeah.
sure. Good, good, good. Thanks, Moncho. Okay, so if you're interested to learn more about that, you can always contact your customer success manager or directly go through our support team at support@OfficeRnD. Also, if you want to see the demo and you're not a customer, go ahead and book a demo with our awesome sales team. They certainly will be able to show you the product um, in a good depth. So Q&A, let's go through the questions. I think we have plenty, so let's try to get through all of them. So, Much, what do you think are setting us apart from competitors like the receptionist?
Whew.
Hmm.
I'm not
Oh,
intimately familiar with the entire proposition of the receptionist, to be honest. I mean, I've come across them, but yeah, what actually is setting us apart, first of all, is this extreme level customizability. The second thing is that actually you already have your members or your employees living in OfficeRnD Flex or workplace, so you're able to take advantage of all the synergies and having less systems which do a similar thing, which is a big proposition. And then, as you see, we're moving more and more into making this seamless part of all the different flows within the system, such as down the road converting to opportunities, getting the growth hub out there, and all the other bits and pieces, which really makes us very specific, targeted, and yeah, also great. We deliver great value for what we charge.
okay, good. Um, yeah, we touched upon um, the visitor data synchronizing all opportunities. That certainly is an area that we need to dig in and do more on that front. So on deliveries, if a member doesn't click picked up, is there an automatic notification reminder for them in OfficeRnD or can one be set up?
Not at the moment, but yeah, we received quite a few requests for this, so probably this will coming down the road. I cannot say exactly when, but for sure we see the need to yeah, whenever the status is not changed, to be able to notify people and urge them to pick up their deliveries.
Okay. There is a question about HubSpot and should we use also Zapier for that? I can say that we are currently working on the HubSpot version 3 of our integration there. So uh, that's a separate team working on that. And in my opinion, Moncho, I don't know if that's exactly on the radar, but that our native HubSpot integration should obviously also cover the visitors piece as
Uh,
Zapier.
Yeah, we had a very long, lengthy conversations internally.
Yeah.
And obviously we start with Zapier for several reasons because there are obviously multiple, it covers all the CRM systems out there. Whereas like our native HubSpot is limited to HubSpot. We definitely want to make it part of the native integration. It's just that over there we have improvements with high priority that we want to tackle before jumping into this one.
Okay, fair enough. Um, tours. Can we set a maximum number of people per tour slot? If so, how can we manage this within the platform? Maximum number of people per tour slot. I think that's separately directly on the tours.
Correct, you're right. And I'm not 100% sure to be honest, but yeah. I think that whenever a slot is reserved, you cannot, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure here.
Yeah, this question we'll need to take it offline and we'll share the details later. I'm also not sure to be honest. With the tour management streamlined into Visitor Hub, are there any plans for customization with the tour time windows, etc.? That's also
Yeah,
I think
it's like somewhere in between, because yeah, then we're more of a system of record and knowing who came when and to make sure that they're welcomed the best possible way. But again, this is a valid question probably for improvement around the entire tour module.
Yeah, I can certainly say that the tour management is a big part also of the Growth Hub initiative. So it's an area that we plan to invest further into. So um, definitely we'll consider that. Uh, will we be able to connect tour booking to uh, Google Calendar soon? That is the only thing keeping us from using R&D tools. Yeah, another tour management question. Good one. Um, Certainly should address this. I don't have details, and the product manager working on the tours, that's a different person. So we are gonna follow up on this, Andrea, and see when exactly we'll be working on that. Is there any mail manager feature in progress to log incoming mail and get instructions from virtual office clients via their mail forwarded scanned? That will be very helpful. Momchi, I'll take this one as well.
Hmm.
Overall, deliveries has a little bit of mail management, but still mail management is a very different and broad category. And we partnered here with different companies like Piloto as well. And most likely we need to expand our partnership on that front and figure out how we best can embed it here and connect the dots. I fear that if we go that path, this is different. This is different category
Hmm.
overall. I don't know, Momchi, what's your take?
Yeah, agree. Depends on like this because this is what we're describing is like guess what mm, uh, like the full-fledged use case, which we do not intend to cover at the moment and not the place where we want to expand, as you're probably doing it through integration makes more sense. What I mentioned and probably sparked the question is that some customers do it, but they do a very basic version of this around capturing, notifying, and all these things, but not like scanning and all the full-fledged probably virtual office service.
Yeah, so overall, we do want to expand our partnerships and work with our partners overall. And yeah, it's a tricky area. And there is overlaps with deliveries, so it certainly is interesting. Okay, how would all these different options, regular guest check-ins, contractors, events, tours, etc., be displayed on the tablet homepage? Would there be a way to keep it clear and user-friendly to avoid confusion?
Yes. So
Mhm.
there there a check-in button. When you click check-in, all these different options pop up. They're not on the home screen always. It's gonna get crazy. They're just behind one click. And the reason behind this was exactly what you're saying to Veronica to keep it clear and user-friendly and avoid confusion.
Right. By the way, we should have probably recorded video, the whole thing. For the quick purchase of day passes with the QR codes, where do I get to set it up?
Yeah, Christine, we'll send you over email the help article and guide you. Very simple, just with the tablets for customization. But without demoing it now, we're gonna send over email so that yeah, you can set it up. It's quickly and simple.
Okay. Yeah. Tours again, can we set up maximum number of people per tour slot? If so, how can we manage this within the platform? Can we create recurring events, example, every Monday at 11? I think that's again tour
It's
based.
again, yeah,
Yeah.
we have a lot of them. We should consider, yeah, but you said it already. That is an important piece of what's coming next.
Hey, Siobhan, good to see you as well. Uh, will operators need to have Growth Hub or will it work with the portal? it can work with anything. I mean, that's a custom link, so it can work with Growth Hub. It can work with public existing pages and checkout pages, or even completely different, like your own uh, custom built uh, shopping Shopify or anything that you do. So that can be just a link to finish the purchase. So as long as you have a link containing the details about the Day Pass product, that works. Uh, will the member be able to buy day memberships, not just one day pass?
Whatever you like, yeah. Well, I mean, you can
Pretty
expose.
customizable, right? I mean, you
Yeah,
can.
it's customizable. You can expose two different links, one about day pass, one about membership. You can also put it by service and just direct them to the right URL where they can see the day pass and the memberships. All good. So yeah, definitely fully customizable.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Digital version of badges and send them to visitors via email. That's a really good one.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't created it for now, but we're only happy to discuss exactly what's the use case there, and how you plan to use it, and we can take it from there.
I think
Yeah.
in the use cases is, I mean, just receiving the email with a picture of who's coming to visit you, because you may just not know the person or something. So see the picture.
Might be because it's sent to visitors. That's why I might got confused. But not to hosts. But anyway, yeah, we can further
Yeah.
discuss
Okay.
this one. Yeah.
Okay, so one from Richard. So we have multiple sites, and when they book desks or meeting rooms in different offices, they are not classified as a visitor for the site. Is there a way for the booking to be displayed under the visitor hub reception to know who is attending? Also, when a visitor is added to a meeting, they're changed from a visitor to guest, which removes them from the visitor hub. Is there a way to still view them under the visitor hub? Oof, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one and a complex one. I mean, in terms of use case and stuff. So yeah, at the moment, what it actually happens is whenever you add another like employee or member, it's not considered a visitor, so it doesn't comes in the visitor log. Whether if it's a mobility between offices of the same of different employees, they won't appear in the visitor log, and you won't be able to track them this way. What you're saying about adding a visitor to a meeting, actually, again here, if it's an external visitor who is not synced to your organization uh, and not part of your employees, it will be displayed in the visitor hub. But if it's an external internal employee who is traveling to another location and added to a meeting room, it won't be displayed.
But
Uh,
that's an issue,
and
isn't it? Because I mean, it's still a visitor in this location. So, from a security and compliance point of view, this person is still in the building in case of emergency fire and all that. So,
Yeah, they can check in obviously via the tablet. There's the option to check in as an employee,
okay.
and this will appear in the who's in page. But I think what Richard is asking also the ability to know all these people as they're not exactly sitting, their default location is not the one that they're visiting,
Yeah, yeah.
so that they're aware of who are those people, no matter that they're internal employees, part of the group, visiting other offices, to be able to see them. You're able to see them if you ask those people to check in. You see them in the who's in page, and then you see them in the check-ins report. But what you have to do is to check like all the people, I mean, subsequently for compliance purposes, to check all the people who checked in versus their location. Yeah, so it's a bit cumbersome at the moment. Also, although partially possible.
I see Richard raised hand, and I will try to uh, give him the mic. Let me see how exactly I do Uh, Hey Richard, I just allowed you to talk.
Hello there. I'm happy to do this offline if it's
Okay.
easier for you. It's basically what's happened is we've got something like 27 sites at the moment which are currently using your Office R&D application. The issue is they belong to the same company, but they're classified as different companies and sites. So when they come to our office, they are they'll be classified as visitors to our office, not actually employees,
Hmm.
which is the reason why we sort of need to see them underneath the visitor booking system. Um, all the users are linked to different sites as well. So I was wondering if there is a way of, instead of adding them manually as external visitors for reception, of actually being able to see the visitors from the site in the hub for reception so that they can see who's actually coming in instead of going into the who's in
Hmm.
option
And
of
all those,
bookings.
yeah, got it. All those people live within your Active Directory that you've synced to us. Yeah, I mean they're part of the added as employees in the system.
They are, yes, they're all in different teams,
Hmm.
um, categories as well. So,
Yeah.
and also different sites, locations.
Got it. Not at the moment. We can just think and discuss what might be a possible workaround for this one, or yeah, what's the ideal way to work. There's some customers for obviously who want to distinguish. I mean, from their perspective, it's the other way around, as you can imagine. Employees who are traveling from other locations are not considered as visitors per se. But I guess I understand completely also use cases, and there are other customers who are on this site. So it's from both perspectives. At the moment, there is no setting which allows you to properly set this. But yeah, we can further discuss and see what might be able to do there down the road.
I was going to say, I presume you have the same issue if somebody from another of your offices visits one of your offices and books a desk, they're not classified and shown in the visitor hub that they're attending.
Yeah, yeah. Or when they book a desk, exactly as the visitors, they're and if they're already added to the system, they'll be considered again as employees and won't be displayed in the visitor log. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I'm course of
Thank you.
time, Richard. I think we can take that offline and Momchi can dig deeper and see what we can do to figure the case out. Thank you so much
Thank you for that.
for participating. But is the badge design customizable to match branding and specific needs?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can add custom logo, custom properties, a bit of custom coloring, so it's fully customizable.
Okay, that's great. For batch printing, would that be possible when people sign in for events? So if I use Zapier to send my Eventbrite registration to R&D, will a batch be printed when they check in?
Yes, if you allow it and if you get a printer. Yeah. So we need some hardware out there. We're using batch like brother printers for batch printing, so you need one to get this up and running.
Okay. We're using KC, which is integrated with OfficeRnD. Are there any impacts with the new visitor hub?
Yeah, great question. Not at the moment. Like you cannot provide to visitors, for example, upon successful check-in, grant them access for a day at the moment. But again, this is similar to what we discussed around HubSpot and down the road when we go to all of our access control integrations, and we might want to broaden it in this direction, but not on our immediate plans.
That's a really good one, actually. It's interesting if if you go through buy a day pass flow, this will result in getting
Hmm.
access through Kissy or other access control system, but not necessarily uh, in other use cases. But very, very good question. Uh, Siobhan, Momchi mentioned that you can capture if a parcel needs a signature, but we can't capture this against the delivery log. So the operator would have to create their own sign out sheet.
No, no. You can just there is a limitation in terms of signatures. You don't have a canvas at the moment, like people can signature. You can just put yes or no there, and all this will be captured during delivery log. It just will be through the export button. At the moment, also you cannot customize which columns you see, but all this data will be captured and stored within delivery log. Can be exported.
Pricing wise, I have an email saying 99. That's interesting. We need to have a look at this email, but that's per month. So the yearly price is about 1,000 and something dollars.
Yeah, and this might be a promo discount or something. This is not the
Yeah.
price all the time, but anyway, yeah.
Okay, if you just want to use one of the features, like let's say the delivery system, is that possible? Does it add more cost to our current plan?
It's possible you can enable online deliveries without any visitors. Yeah, and about the cost and stuff, it's a scheme and depends on, yeah. I mean, you should reach out to your CSM or to sales and they'll let you know all the details, as it's not straightforward.
Okay, can you make an admin view allowing in one single page to see all external visitors coming for a day? In other words, including the names and visitors attached to a meeting room, as well as those who are not.
We have a admin views called the visitor log, where you can see all the people coming for the day. You just need to, because I think it's filtered for longer period, you need to filter it for the day, and you'll be good to go. And the meeting rooms attached, like visitors attached to meeting rooms, this is coming soon. Not available at the moment, but coming Q2, as I mentioned during the roadmap.
Okay, two more. I'm starting a new co-working space and I have to say that I'm very impressed with what you're doing. Thank you so much. Are there plans to enhance additional features in the system aside from what has been presented today, such as business analytics, CRM tracking, etc.? Also, is the Visitor Hub tablet available globally or it can be customized in other hardware devices? Well, we certainly, I mean, Visitor Hub is one product team out of 6 or 7 that we have. So a lot more things are coming out all the time, and we are working on so many other features, part of the entire platform in parallel. So we're working on many integrations. We're working on many things on the billing and operations side and CRM and whatnot, including analytics. We have a data hub team that's an entire team working on getting all the data together and building reports and whatnot. So certainly a lot of effort on all fronts. The Visitor Hub tablets are available globally. Yes, it can work as far as I'm aware on any meaningful tablet devices, iPad
Yeah,
tablet.
we recommend specific hardware devices with specific size and iOS or Android system. But what
Yeah.
also makes us unique that we support both, which is rarely the case. Most of our competitors support iPads only. And we can send you over the article of like the recommended hardware, but it works on any tablet.
Android and iOS.
Correct. Yeah, Android
There's
and
some
iOS.
other crazy OS systems. I saw that the day passes can now be specified for usage at certain locations. Is there potential for similar features for the Visitor Hub where members can only check in visitors for specific locations?
Uh, I'm not sure if I understand this correctly, but I'll break it into two pieces. First of all, we have now location-specific settings, so everything is fully customizable per location. Many customers take advantage of this, such as the buttons, the fields, and everything else. And from there on, the visitors, whenever like members, whenever they register a visitor, it's for particular location again. So absolutely, you can again set this one per location. It's always per like this.
So you're saying that, for example, you can have by day pass on one location, but not have it in another location and things like that.
Correct. And so yeah, you have for example in London by day pass, but in Melbourne you might have only visitors attending any meeting room event. So now it's really fully customizable.
Okay, great. I think that's the last question. Thank you so much, everyone. I think we're on time. There is one more just arrived. There's an answer for the question about digital passes. Visitors might need to show the badge for specific cases like stepping out for a smoke or re-entering the reception. Just something to consider. Thanks, Ton. Thank you, Veronica. Truly appreciate that. It's a good one. I personally like it. So we will get all the questions again, summarize, answer properly all of them in writing, and follow up with all of that as a follow up of the webinar. Appreciate everyone joining in today, and yeah, we wish you an amazing day, and we speak soon. If you have any further questions about Visitor Hub or any other part of the platform, always feel free to reach out at support@OfficeRnD or Miro@OfficeRnD, and yeah, we look forward to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure. Bye.